Hey, hi, this is Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour, and we're talking about complacency and how we all have it and how to handle it, how to recognize it, and how to get rid of it when it gets us. And I got to tell you, I was just reading the quotes for today's show, and I've got one. But I tell you, William Shakespeare is really a smart dude.
He's got a quote for everything.
Yeah, he says, the path is smooth that leadeth on to danger. In other words, smooth path, doing nothing, being complacent is going to cost you somewhere. I mean, that guy, I got to tell you, every time I read his stuff, I go, wow, what school did he go to?
See, I'm just bothered because that line is not an iambic pentameter.
Oh,
so,
good.
It's gonna bother me, I believe it. That's a good quote.
An iambic, yeah, that. Well, that gets you out of complacency, doesn't it? Like, what did he say? Okay, now, so before the break, we were talking about, the tips on what you could do to get out of having complacency run your life. And really, complacency is a brain-dead way of being where you don't have a say in how your life turns out. Some people complain in a complacent mode, but most people don't complain. They're just kind of like Orban, It's kind of like sitting there going, And, have you ever complained? Oh, I know. A good example of complacency is watching a TV program with a clicker in your hand and you don't push the button. I mean, that's complacency. You got to be shipping around, seeing what's going on, see what's happening. Okay? So now, some of the tools I said you could use is to write down what you're thinking. Okay? What's going on in your mind? And really take a look at what you're happy about, what you're unhappy about, okay? And then here's another thing you could write down. Susan and I do this all the time, is write down what you're thankful for. Get present to your power. Get present to your gifts. Get present to the gifts that are given you. And then third, write down what your precise goals are. And ask yourself, I've got these goals. I've got these things I want. Am I living them? Am I in the way? Do I have them? Do I need to write new goals? Okay, and last but not least, the tip is get out of your head and get your life on paper. If you get your life on paper and get everything out of your head will usually always create stuff that either makes you laugh or scares you enough to get you going again. Remember, life is all about having just enough fear in it so it makes the hair stand up on your arms, but it doesn't stop you.
Great fear quote from Maurice Maeterlinck.
Yeah.
The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing.
Right on. Okay, now remember, you only, you have, and you can only have what you really, really want. And what I mean by that is you can't sort of want it. You have to be present to really, really want it. So if you want to make a difference for kids, get involved with organizations that makes a difference for kids, or just get out there and play catch with some. Are you bored? Take on some action that you've never done before. Get some fear in your life. Do you want to be acknowledged? Acknowledge the people around you first. How about this? Do you want to jumpstart your business? Here's a good one. You ready? Listen up. If you want to jumpstart your business, rewrite your business plan. Do you want to know what your future will be? Write the plan for your life and then go get it.
Clay, I hate to interrupt you. 2 minutes. We have Debbie on the line. Debbie, welcome to the show.
Debbie, hi.
Hi, Clay. A quick question. Being complacent, would that be the same as, you've got a list of things that you want to do, but you keep putting them off, and you keep putting them off, and you keep putting them off, and you look at the stuff that needs to get done, and you go, I really need to get that done, and you still don't do it, and you still don't do it.
Well, yeah, but it's also a habit that you get into. You're more about putting it off than getting it done. All right? So can you get that?
Yeah.
All right, so you need to get unhooked by that and start getting into getting it done. And the only way you can do that is to get past what you're doing.
So just make a plan to get it done.
Make a plan, get it done, and ask someone to hold you accountable for getting it done, okay?
Okay.
Very good. Thank you. Thanks for calling in. Now, I want to give you something here that I want you to remember. Everything you want is in your reach, all right? You have to just give up being complacent, get into action, write the plan, set up the accountabilities, and go get it. Now, remember this. If you don't remember anything off today's show, what I'm going to say, I want you to really hear, all right? You can complain about life, or you can create a life that you love. It's your choice. What do you choose? Now think about that. All right, I'm Clay Nelson. This is the Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour. All right, you can join us every Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. and then again at 10 to 11 p.m. and then again on Sunday from 1 to 2. So I'm Clay Nelson. This is the Clay Nelson Life Balance Hour on KZSB AM 1290 in Santa Barbara. Thanks for being here.